Hey everyone, this is me, Robert. Haven't made a video in a while, and I wanted to make a new one on a new toy that I bought. I bought the Sony Tablet S, and as I was doing a lot of research on this thing on YouTube, there's not a lot of videos with long-term usage. There's maybe like a few people that actually have reviewed this like a long-term usage type of thing. And the rest of them were just when it was debuting and all that good stuff. So wanted to give this a review if you're actually interested in getting this thing. Um, it's an actually really good tablet. Um, I didn't want to get one of the 10-inch versions because it's just way too big. It just feels so just non-natural in the hand. Whereas this one actually, it feels right. However, I wish it was just a tiny bit smaller because when you're typing, you kind of have to do this reaching thing, which is I don't know, it's a little annoying sometimes, but you get used to it. And again, I like the smaller size. When I was actually looking to buy a tablet, I was going back and forth between the Toshiba Thrive, this Sony Tablet S, and the Samsung 8.9. I really had my eyes set on the Samsung 8.9, however, it didn't have any ports. So I really wanted to have a tablet that I could expand the storage, and this thing has an SD card slot on it, and you can actually expand the storage up to 32 additional gigabytes. And this thing actually has a full-size SD card slot. And then up here is the USB port as well. Um, the the thing actually doesn't have an HDMI port, but it does do the DLNA, so you can throw content onto another Wi-Fi device that's on the same network. Sony seems to think that that is a good solution, which it is, but then again, that's if you have a computer or a TV that's actually connected to your network and Wi-Fi. I currently have a Samsung TV, which isn't, and it's kind of frustrating that I just can't hook it up via HDMI. I wish they would have used some of this real estate on here to provide a HDMI out. Um, on the back you have a 5 megapixel camera. It actually takes really good pictures. I was really impressed. On the top there's an IR blaster. There's this tiny pinhole, and you can use it as a universal remote. On the sides you have speakers, a power button, and a volume rocker, as well as the other side, the headphones, the ports, and another speaker. On the front you have a 0.3 megapixel camera, which I could have sworn Sony makes tons of cameras, so I don't understand why they put the cheapest, crappiest camera on the front. But I still haven't been able to use the front camera as, say, if I wanted to do Google Chat type of thing. It just doesn't work. Google needs to figure that out and get all their devices on the same platform, because I wasn't able to video chat with it, which is unfortunate. But this thing is supposed to get ice cream sandwich on it within the first quarter of 2012, so I'm hoping that that happens within the next couple of months. And as for the performance on this thing, it's actually fairly decent. It has a Tegra 2 chip in it. I was playing some HD games on it, and it plays like it's supposed to. However, with that Tegra 2 chip, when you're doing normal tasks on this thing, even sometimes when you are scrolling, there's quite a bit of lag that happens. I don't know what's going on with that. It's kind of ironic. Um, the most times that actually happens for me is when I'm using the keyboard. I use Google Voice to do text messaging, and when I'm typing on the device, it just takes forever to start typing. So again, with the ICS update, I'm hoping that that gets fixed. Sony needs to address it. Um, it should not be doing that. So the battery life, I've gotten about maybe 8 hours with this thing with normal usage. It's actually dying right now, and so it's pretty up to par with normal tablets. And um, let's see what else. Some of the nitpicky things that I might have with this thing is that the web browser on it just most of the time just stops working completely. You'll be doing something and just force closes. So um, again, Sony, you need to figure that out. It's kind of a huge drawback. You should not be doing that. I ended up downloading Firefox, which alleviates a lot of those problems, but it doesn't make sense for you to have a built-in browser that doesn't work. Also, there's a huge Wi-Fi issue with this thing. If this device turns off and you are downloading something, the Wi-Fi turns off. So that download stops downloading and you have to start all over again. So when I was trying to download some of the HD games, I had to download the 500 megabyte packages multiple times because this thing would just turn off. Right now I have it where it doesn't turn off for 30 minutes, so that helps it. I know there's an app out there that is supposed to fix that problem, but again, that shouldn't be happening. Let's see. I think that's pretty much it. It's pretty much your standard tablet. It feels good in the hand. I really like the design of it. I'm glad that it's not so thin because I just feel like I'm gonna break it anyway. So, and also when you're holding it in the hand, it just feels natural, like as if you're holding a book or something of that sort. So, if you are interested in buying a Sony Tablet S, I would recommend it, especially with the ICS update that's coming out. This thing right now is about $399 for the 16 gigabyte and $499 for the 32 gigabyte. It has your standard Wi-Fi, GPS, Bluetooth, all that good stuff on it, and the screen is really, really nice on it too. When I played with basically all the other tablets at Best Buy, this screen actually was really, really nice. Um, and I was just really kind of amazed with it. The sound on it, it's a little tiny, kind of typical, but what do you expect from something of this size? So if you have any questions, go ahead and leave it down in the comments, and I will get back to you. And yeah, hope this helps you if you're trying to buy a new toy. So talk to you guys later.